All right, welcome back. Today is Friday the 30th of July. July's over.
Yep.
It's what is it, 10? Almost 10 in the morning. Welcome back, Chief Tomasi. It's really good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
I'm glad that you took some time away from the city and from your professional life here and got to spend some time with family. It's well deserved. It's something we all need to do on a regular basis, a more regular basis. So
Thank you.
welcome back. You were missed. That said, thanks to Sergeant Watkins, who led the department in your stead. You did a great job. So thank you, Sergeant Watkins. Thanks for your leadership. You did a great job. Thanks also to the CERT team. The CERT team had a little pizza event at Vista Lobos on Tuesday. So thank you, Wanda, for organizing that, and thank you. We had some members from our fire department, from CAL FIRE, a lot of police officers, some council members. So real nice event. Thank you, and the pizza was phenomenal. So can't go wrong with pizza ever. Had a good meeting with District 5 Supervisor Adams this week. We are trying to coordinate, and that's a meeting that we have, I think, once every month now, with the mayors and the city managers from the District 5 cities, so Pacific Grove and Monterey and Carmel, obviously. And so the focus this week, and this was yesterday morning, is really just preparing for Car Week, the 10-day onslaught of additional visitors and vehicles, rubber and steel and everything else that happens. So I know we're prepared, and we'll talk about it a little bit more maybe next week as people start to roll into the village. But just the kind of the punchline is you need to plan ahead. So don't plan on going to the Safeway Pharmacy on Tuesday during the CODA event on Car Week. Or really going out to the valley to go hiking in Garland during Car Week. So just plan ahead. Also, so again, our purpose is to try to raise some awareness and communicate. So look at the MCCV, which is the Monterey County Convention and Visitor Bureau website. They have a huge listing of all the events, and so by looking at that list, you can gauge impacts, and that's the punchline. So we're here to help. Call us if you need anything, obviously. If you need information, we can hopefully turn you on to information. Big council meeting next week, Monday and Tuesday. Monday, we've got the consent agenda. We have our annual opening of the Public Improvement Authority, which is the council wearing a different hat. They're required by law to meet once per every 12 months, once a year. And then we're going to have a couple of closed session items. And then on Tuesday, it's also the main event. It is the main event. It's a big agenda. We're going to talk about the North Lot, parking, affordable housing, development again, contractor parking in the residential district. And again, I think you're planning on coming back to talk about with a parking update, paid parking update in September.
Correct.
Just an update, no decisions. Again, back on next week, we'll talk about the increased risks of the COVID variants. I read yesterday, Chief, that the Lambda variant is now in Texas, in Houston. So coming toward us probably in the not too distant future is a new variant. And the last item is an appeal of a Historic Resources Board decision. We're just rolling today.
We are. We're getting right through it.
You're really very funny today, and I'm over talking. I'm doing the East Coast talk. I walk talk. I walk fast. I talk fast. Here we go. HRB determination on historic significance of a little building at the 7th and Dolores site. And the last thing I have before we move on to you is thanks to Senator Padilla and the Congress who passed it's $1 billion in aid to performing arts venues that lost money due to the pandemic. And so several of our local organizations and entities received funds, including Carmel Bach Festival, PAC Rep, Sunset Cultural Center, and the Monterey County Symphony Association. So nice. Congratulations and thank you, Senator Padilla, for stewarding that legislation, that funding for our well-deserved cultural institutions. So that's me messing up this morning. What do you got?
Well, I want to start off. This is my first day back after a couple weeks off, so I just want to thank you and the rest of the staff and Sergeant Watkins for holding down the police department. in my absence. It was nice to go home and visit with my parents and my rather large family. Those of you that don't know, I have 8 brothers and sisters. You had husbands, wives, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. It was a big gathering, and some of them I haven't seen in over 10 years. So it was nice to go back and visit. It's much needed. As parents get older, it's nice to go back and see them once in a while.
And it was your parents' 65th wedding anniversary. So.
Yeah, 65 years married, and they had a really nice celebration at the church and dinner afterwards. So it was a really nice evening. So thanks again for the time off and for you allowing me to do that. I appreciate it.
Of course. Again, we all should do it more often. So I'm glad you took the time. You look
Thanks.
Relaxed.
Thank you.
You drink any beer?
A little
beer, a little Midwest beer in Michigan, right on.
I also want to just thank our community and just advise you. Obviously, with coronavirus, we're seeing a lot of different variants that are popping up. This is what happens with the coronavirus. We know it's coming. So the mask order going back into effect here and there. Just be patient, be compassionate towards other people, and understanding that these are changes that are being put in place to protect everyone. So we appreciate everyone's grace throughout this pandemic as it continues.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of critique. The words flip-flop have been bantered about in California and in Washington. From your military experience, you go in with a plan, and then you make changes as conditions change. So that's what's happening now. So again, we instituted in your absence, Chief, mask wearing in our public buildings. The state's working on, and the county on whether they want to make any additional restrictions. And then the importance, of course, is getting vaccinated. It's never more important than now. I think Paul Miller from the Pine Cone talked about a local physician. I thought it was a physician in D.C., but said that what's occurring now is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. So take care of yourselves, take care of your neighbors, take care of your families, get vaccinated, and
take good care.
Take good care. You remembered.
I did. Nice work.